Good morning, YouTube friends. Just thought I'd have a little visit with you before I start my day. I'm going to do some insulating and some wiring and thermal barrier and do a few things, getting ready for the big move later on in the summer. But basically, for now, I just want to keep bringing videos to you. I want you to know that I'm going to try to give you some good content. So this video is basically going to be on how did I find this off-grid property. People are asking me, how did you find that? People are looking for properties and they just don't know, where to find a property or how to even approach it. So I'm going to tell you what I did. First of all, I had a dream that I wanted to own a bush. Now I've got one. Not a big bush, but it's a bush. And my other thing is I wanted to be on water, and I'm on water. So it's not a huge lake. Excuse me. It's not a huge lake, but it's a nice view from the house. And the other thing I really wanted is I wanted to get into an area where the rules, building rules and that sort of thing are a little bit relaxed. And again, I'm in that area in northern Ontario. This is called unorganized township. Now, I don't know where you are, whether they have such a thing as an unorganized township, but basically, when you're in an unorganized township, you have to get a permit for septic, you have to get a permit for hydro, if you're tying into the grid, and you have to get a permit for a well. Those are the only three criteria that you have to have. Other than that, you can build what you want, where you want, as many buildings on the property as you want, and you still have to follow the building code as best you can, but there's a lot less rules. So I chose to build in an my off-grid house in an area that's unorganized. Now, there's not too many unorganized areas in Canada. There's a few. I mean, if you get way back in the bush, you can probably do whatever you want because no one's going to find you anyways. But I don't know if they have unorganized areas in the States or in other areas wherever you're looking at this video from. But anyways, this is what I did. I had a dream that I wanted to be off-grid. I had a dream that I wanted to be in the middle of nowhere. But I still wanted to be close to a city if I had to go to a hospital or do something. So what I did was, first of all, I looked up everything I could find on Kijiji. I looked up everything I could find on Marketplace from Facebook. I looked up everything I could find on different websites that offer land for sale. But the thing that finally did it for me was I have a real estate app on my phone. It's basically a real estate app where you can punch in what amount of money you want to spend, what area you want to live in, whether you want a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, vacant land, whatever you want. So I basically would punch all of this into the app on my phone, and then it would bring me up so many properties. A list of maybe 5 or 10 properties, 15 properties, or whatever, depending on my criteria, would be more properties or less properties. So then what I did was I visited all these properties on the real estate app through my phone. And this one here is too swampy. This one here is too isolated. This property here, you can't get to it unless you have an ATV or a snowmobile. And so I just started researching all of these properties until I got it down to a select few properties. I don't know how many I had, probably about 10. And then another thing was important, how far away it was. I found this one beautiful, beautiful property on a lake. It was a nice house. It was really, really cheap. They were giving you a boat with it and the motor and the ATV and everything. But from where I was living, It was a 23-hour drive. And I thought, going north, I thought, I don't want to drive 23 hours away. I mean, 8 hours is one thing. 8 hours is a lot, which is what I am now. But 23 hours, back and forth, taking stuff up, renovating, doing supplies, doing stuff. I thought, it's just too far to go. So, as much as I really love that property, I mean, even my wife said, oh, that's a nice one. We should take a look at that. And it's like, no, I don't want to do that. That's too far away. So I had a list of a few properties I liked, and I went out and took a look at them. And I actually took my grandson with me, one of my grandsons, and we grabbed a motel, and we ate at the restaurants, and we had a good time together. And it gave us the opportunity to actually do some sightseeing. So what I did is I started looking at these properties, and a couple of them, you could barely find them because they were like, you get to the side of the road and you look into a bush and it's like, is that the property? Is there a driveway? Is there like what? And it was sort of awkward trying to find everything exactly, but we did really well. Well, then what happened was I found this property and I thought, yeah, I like this. This could probably work for me. And I think the owner was from Windsor, I think. I don't know. But all he had was was an old beat up old camper sitting out of the road. Not at the road, but in the front of the property on a gravel pad with a fire pit. And apparently it was just a party spot. So he had a price, and so I called the real estate guy and I said, you call him and you tell him this is my offer. Accept it or not. If he doesn't accept it, I'm not counter offering. I'm just going to head off to the next property because I still have a few more properties to look at. So he called me back and he said, we didn't even write anything up. I said to the real estate guy, I'm not going to waste your time. He's got a price. This is my offer. I'm not going to waste your time writing it all up, giving you a deposit, doing all that sort of stuff. You call him and tell him that you have somebody who potentially wants the property for this price. And so he called me back an hour later and he said, yeah, the guy will accept your offer. So I said, great. So I met the real estate guy. We had coffee together. And so we wrote it all up. I gave him his deposit. And that day, the deal was done. My grandson and I, we grabbed a motel. And then the next day, we came back to the property again, my grandson and I, and we walked, and it was all snow and ice and just wintry, dreary, sleety out. And really, you'd think the atmosphere of the weather kind of just made it feel like blah. But the thing is now, we got it looking the way we want, coming together. And now on a nice day, I can walk around, I can see the lake, and I know that it's a locked lake, so no one's going to go out there boating. There's crown land all the way around me, so no one's going to be out here. There's no trails going to the lake through the crown land on the other side that I've been able to find. So it's like I'm in a perfectly locked spot. I'm on a main highway. I got a creek on the one side of my property. I got a creek on the other side of my property. Between those two creeks is my 27 acres. And as I take my 27 acres out, now there's a lake behind me that all goes to crown land. So, yeah, I didn't think anybody would ever see anybody out there because it's totally landlocked. Now, I was surprised one day when I looked out the window and there's a helicopter taking water out of the lake because there was a forest fire down the road somewhere, and they were putting this forest fire out. It seemed like it was a few weeks that the sky was really hazy because there was a bunch of forest fires going on, and sure enough, they were taking water right out of my lake. So, actually, yeah, that's how we found the property. And I've owned it for 4 years. And my wife and I have just been planning on how to do it. I would buy the stuff and fix it, and she would give me the instructions on what to buy and where to put it and how to do it. And yeah, I've spent quite a bit of time up here. I've been up here pretty much every season there is. I've been up here in the middle of the black fly season. I've been up here when it was, actually a couple of weeks ago, my wife was up here. It was minus 39 degrees Celsius when we left, plus the wind chill, and it was cold. The truck almost never started. But like I say, I've had it for 4 years, and I think we're getting to the point where it's pretty much, it's livable now. I just had a company come in a few weeks ago and spray foamed underneath everything. So it's livable now, and we've got plumbing, we got hydro, we got solar panels, we got water, we got everything now. It's not really as functional as I want it to be because we've got the addition we're building right now and working on. Basically, this area I'm sitting in right now is basically just my kitchen. I've got 2 lowers with a sink in it and shelves with dishes on them. And this will become a living room, probably in the next few months. So yeah, that's basically how this property came into being. And yeah, subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And I plan on bringing lots more videos to you. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you in the next video.